If you're tired of cheap, low paying credit repair clients, this is for you. By the end of the video, I'm going to tell you the top 5 reasons. There might be more, but top 5 reasons why you're attracting low paying credit repair clients. I'll be honest, I've been in the industry since 2021. So, I've had years of trials, tribulations, just going through the motions. So, I don't want y'all to make the same mistakes I made when I first started, taking on any and everybody. So, we're going to talk about it. So, if you feel like you're just like stuck, taking on 300, 500, $700 clients, this video is going to help you. Watch it. It'll definitely help your credit repair business. So why am I even doing this video? So I have an Instagram account and I posted something. I basically put from June 3rd to June 8th, which is like less than a week, we had collected a little bit over 10,000 in our credit repair service. That's just the credit repair service. That doesn't include funding or anything else. But so I posted it here, as you see. High paying $2,500 client, high paying. This is 1,000 as far as like to start because we offer a payment plan for our $2,500, $2,000 contracts. We allow 1,000 as like a starting coaching processing service fee, and then we allow people to pay the rest on a payment plan. So this was for, it might have been a 2,000 or $2,500 contract. This person 1,500 paid in full, 2000. So you see, typically we're basically getting anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500 per credit repair contract. 2,000, 2,000 again, 1,500 again. So I just showed like various days this month earlier in June. Someone just calling a scam, don't mind them. So I say that to say that's where the video is coming into play. And I was just sitting back and thinking about some of the things that helped me and what allowed me to be able to charge a premium. And I want to go over that. So, number one, let's just get straight into it. You don't believe you're worth a premium. As crazy as it may sound, you do not believe that you're worth a premium. You're charging what you're charging for a reason. You may just be starting. I understand it, right? But you don't believe you're worth a premium. That might include the fact that you haven't become the person worthy of even charging a premium, right? Which means that you need to work on your own personal development. That could be going to the gym. That could be prioritizing your relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? So personal development goes multiple ways. It could be getting more information as far as your actual service, right? It could be something as simple as what we talk about a lot, investing in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, you're not going to be in a position to feel confident to charge like someone that does invest in himself, right? Someone like me, investing $10,000 in a mentorship, investing thousands of dollars in other stuff, right? I'm not going to be scared to tell someone, okay, my service is 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 because I've invested 10x multiple times of that, right? So I say that to say, if you don't invest in yourself, it's just a law of reciprocity. What you put in is what you're going to get out. So if you're finding yourself stuck talking to people that's just like $500 clients, $600 clients, 700, you're not able to get at least 4 figures per client, you probably need to work on your personal development, and that might include investing in yourself. So maybe you're just not confident in getting results. It goes back to what I said. Maybe you're new, maybe you've been doing it for a while, but you're just not confident in your results. I'm super confident in our results because I literally see it, right? Obviously, credit repair is not like a guaranteed thing, but I understand that, okay, we come across a situation, we send out round one, it said verified. All right, we could follow up in round two with a method of verification, 15 USC 1681 I number 7, right? I've been studying these consumer laws for years, so I'm confident in it. I've been going through the motions, finding these violations, helping people with litigation, getting people settlements outside of court, helping people, what's it called, dismiss their case, right, with the debt collector. So I have that confidence, and I have that based off of results, right? People have seen my results for a long time. People have seen my results through being referred by other people around them, right? So maybe you're just new. That could potentially be it as well. So you want to make sure you're getting your reps in as well. Or maybe you just lack confidence overall. So this goes back to what I said. Maybe you don't go to the gym. You know, it might seem like how does the gym relate to it? How you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. So I need you to understand that you need to go to the gym. If you don't go to the gym, you need to get a gym routine. You have to go to the gym. It's a non-negotiable. How you do anything is how you do everything. I'm gonna be honest. I've heard people say that they invested with me because I go to the gym. It might sound crazy, but how you present yourself is how people are gonna receive you. So if you're just out of shape, you're just like not looking like healthy, subconsciously, people might not realize it consciously, but subconsciously, people won't necessarily, want to move forward with you. So just keep that in mind. Have a relationship with God as well. You know what I'm saying? So number two, the second reason why you're attracting low paying credit repair clients, you have not communicated your value clearly. They don't know the value of your services. That could be the potential issue. It could be a communication issue, right? Credit repair is one of those things you have to communicate because people think everybody is scamming. So they might feel like your service is a want versus a need, right? They're looking at your service like a want versus a need. Like, oh, okay, it would be cool to have Johnny's credit repair services. If you don't tell them you need to fix your 400 credit score because you're paying 2,000 plus in interest every month, you know what I'm saying? You got to communicate that to them. So communicate that to them and just really, just really focus on communicating your value. One way that I do well in communicating my value is through my students. A lot of y'all that watch my channel, you see a lot of my students' transformations I've helped. I brought on one of my clients as well for credit repair, just walked through the process of how it was to work with us. So that's us communicating our value. And then on top of that, too, one thing that we do to communicate value is just look at someone's goal. If they're trying to get a new car, 60,000, 70,000, whatever the car is a $2,500 credit repair service that's going to be a lifetime benefit for you getting that $60,000 asset. Where's the comparison? Look at the comparison, right? The return, you got to look at it like you're doing them a favor. So if you're a credit repair business owner right now, you're struggling, you have that imposter syndrome. Maybe you're thinking like, okay, I don't know if someone will pay me $1,000 for my services, right? Maybe you didn't communicate your value clearly. Maybe you need to work on your personal development. Like I said, maybe you don't even believe that you're worth a premium. Maybe you're not yet because you haven't shown those results. But sometimes it's just about being in the right environment. That goes back to the investing in yourself. But sometimes it's just a communication issue. So you might just have a problem communicating your values. So keep that in mind as well. So an additional thing too, they don't believe it's worth the money. I've heard of people talking to this is the issue with talking to people that just like they just want the credit repair for like pennies, right? This is why I always tell people do not deal with cheap or poor mindset people. When I say poor, I'm not talking about money. Poor is passing over opportunities repeatedly. You have a phenomenal credit repair service, right? I'm just gonna manifest that for you. If you don't think it's phenomenal yet, you're gonna get there, right? You have a phenomenal credit repair service. Don't let people tell you that your services aren't worth the money. I'm not telling you to go out here and charge somebody $100,000 for credit repair, right? But you've got to know your value. And this is why I communicate how, if y'all notice how I communicate in my content, I communicate that way because I'm attracting the 1% that understands me, right? People that just work a 9 to 5 and don't understand how business works, they might not understand me. I've seen comments about like, oh, you're so harsh, you're this and this. We're just trying to get by. Those are all people that all they do is work a 9 to 5. They want to do credit repair for $20. That's not who I'm serving, right? So anytime, I welcome all comments, by the way. So those of y'all that's saying that my delivery is harsh and all that, keep commenting because you're working as a free employee for me to push out my videos to more people. And I thank you for that. But anyways, so when I do my content, when I'm just communicating my value and everything, I'm attracting who I want to attract, which are business owners that understand value. And I'm repelling poor people away, poor and cheap people away, right? So if you come across someone that doesn't believe it's worth the money, they're probably just not your client. Maybe you didn't communicate your value clearly to them, but don't let these poor people like deter you from, doing what you need to do. If you're a business owner, you invest in yourself and all that, understand that it's more people out there like you. I understand me as someone that invests thousands upon thousands of dollars in themselves is people out there like me. That's where we get, my students. So keep that in mind. Your perceived value might be too low, right? The perceived value might be too low. Maybe you just said it like, oh, we just fix your credit and it's like $500 or something like that. They don't even know everything that they get in. They don't know the communication. They don't know your delivery process. They don't know if you use consumer laws. They don't know if you're using Metro 2 nonsense. They don't know if you're using factual and all that. So the perceived value is too low. You want to have your perceived value be high. And a lot of times when people are like, okay, I'm trying to beg people to just invest $500 for credit repair. A lot of times, if they feel like people aren't taking it, they're going to reduce the price. The price is not the issue, it's the perceived value. You didn't communicate the value, or your sales rep didn't communicate the value clearly. You have to communicate the value so that it could be clear, like, okay, they're doing me a favor, right? Going back to my post I made, look at this scam guy, but 1,500 person, 2,000 person, all these people, they understand the perceived value. They understand the value of the service. 1,500, 1,000 as a start, 2,500, right? 2,500 for us to get you positioned to go ahead and get that business funding. This is why I deal with people that think like me, like the 1%. Let's say I need a credit repair. I'd pay the 2,500 because I know that I'm going to go get the business funding and make the moves I need to make. If you're just talking to a regular consumer, you're trying to beg them for $500. That's just paycheck to paycheck, and they don't even think about like generational wealth or anything. They just sitting here having sex, having all these 5, 6, 7, 8 different kids that they can't even care for. You're gonna get all that begging and them trying to discount your services, because you got to think about it. Someone trying to make you discount your services is like one of the most disrespectful things that they can do to you as a business owner. You don't deserve for people to be trying to tell you to discount your services, right? And if you watch my YouTube, I hope that you're actually taking action on what I'm saying, and you're internalizing the fact that you do deserve that premium offer, right? So just really understand like what we're doing. Like, we're really changing these people's lives. Credit is something that everybody needs. If this person has all these collections on there, they don't even know the debt validation law, 15 USC 1692G. They don't know how to articulate themselves to go ahead and get that removed. Why are you bickering with them back and forth? It could be a limited mindset, but at the same time, it could be scarcity in terms of your marketing's not on point, as far as, maybe you're not running ads and having a lot of people, So keep in mind, like, the way that we look at it, I don't handle the credit repair side of things. I have sales reps and closers that handle it. But when they do their calls, they're not going on there like begging or anything. We know that we're doing them a favor, and it's a numbers game. If you're not going to pull up and, get this blessing from us, and okay, cool, on to the next person. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it like that. Think in abundance. Or number 3, you talk too much or they talk too little. So when you're doing the sales call, you just was talking, pitching, etc. They didn't even have time to say anything. You should be asking a lot of questions, and this goes into your discovery. So I put out a free video for y'all that I gave my 10K mentorship students, and it's basically, I think it's called Sales Call Structure. You can go find it on the channel. I talk about like discovery and how to actually conduct your sales call. So they should be doing all the talking, pretty much, because you should be figuring out about their situation, where they're trying to go, their current reality, and where they're trying to go. If you're just like, oh, I do credit repair, I move and all that, you're not going to have that perceived value, So yeah, this is your discovery in the sales call. So keep that in mind as well. Number 4, the 4th reason, you give them the price before giving them the value. Goes back to the perceived value. You're giving them the price before you even give them the value. So let's say you're telling them how much it costs if they say yes to the offer, right? So if someone comes up to you, they're just like, okay, well, how much is it, right? That's a very common question, especially with credit repair, because we got to understand that credit repair, the industry, we got to think about the people that we're dealing with here. These are people, it's not all the time, but these are people oftentimes that were very financially irresponsible, and they got themselves in a negative situation. Now, is it 99.9% of the time, is that going to be the case? No. Obviously, I know life happens and everything. And even the clients we deal with, they're higher ticket. They're making a premium on themselves. Maybe life happens sometimes, right? So I say that to say, if someone just asks you straight up how much, your services are, I would ask them to clarify. So that's why I would recommend to y'all, ask them to clarify. Do you want to ask them, do you mean how much it costs if you say yes, or how much it costs if you say no? Right? That's what you got to think about. How much does it cost if I say yes to the offer? versus how much does it cost if I say no. If I just say, oh, if they say how much does it cost, I'm like, oh, 1,500, right? Someone that's like a cheap, poor mindset person, assuming I gave them the perceived value of it. If I didn't give them perceived value, then that's on me. But assuming I gave them a perceived value and they're just like, oh, 1,500, too much and all that, you got to look at it like, okay, cool. That's how much it costs if you say no. Let's look at how much it costs if you say, that's how much it costs if you say yes. Let's look at how much it costs if you say no. How much is it costing you every single day to continue paying a $1,200 car note because you got a 300 credit score? You know what I'm saying? So kind of think about that. Think about what you can stack in your favor to paint the picture to them. Because sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And sometimes these people you're talking to, they don't know what they don't know. So you just got to communicate it. You didn't show them how much it costs. They say no. So that's kind of what I was alluding to right now. So really break that down. That's going to be a game changer for some of y'all. Showing them how much it costs if they say no. I hope y'all are paying attention during this video. And then, yeah, in my opinion, never reveal the price until you've demonstrated the value. Obviously, if someone just straight up asks you, I'm not telling you to just like ignore them, because you got to think about it. Let's say you go to Best Buy or something. You're like, how much is your laptop? And then imagine they're like, oh, well, no, what, just dancing around the question and all that. You're not going to respond well to that. You're going to want to know a price, right? So if they ask straight up, we typically would say anywhere from 1,500 to 2,500, depending on the work that needs to be done or something like that, right? So just keep that in mind. Usually if someone just asks price straight up without even trying to get into their situation and us hearing their situation, usually that's a good indicator that that's a good red flag that they're not our ideal client, but do what you will with that information. So make sure you demonstrate the value. The last reason, you're too thirsty to make the sale. This goes back to what I said with abundance. So the reality is people want what they can't have, right? It's human nature. We just got to call it for what it is. People want what they cannot have. So like I said, I don't handle the credit repair sales side anymore in my business. I have closers that handle it, and I basically train them to communicate our value. And if they want to go with it, the client, then they can go with it. If they don't, it's no hard feelings. My closer is gonna have another call like right after, right? So that's we operate in abundance, and we understand our value. We understand that we're doing the prospect a favor by allowing them to even enroll in our credit repair services if it's a good fit, right? So just keep that in mind. You might be too thirsty. So your job is just to help them make a decision whether it's to buy from you or not. This is the way I feel like you should go into the calls. And this is I at the time I'm recording this, I do the mentorship calls for our 10K program. When I'm doing these calls, I'm not doing it in the sense of this person has to, buy or anything. My whole goal is to understand their situation and help them make a decision. If the decision is to move forward with our 10K program, cool. If it's not, if I feel like they have a self-limiting mindset, which I've seen a number of times, I don't make an offer to that person. Sometimes they're confused, like, you didn't, make an offer. Do you think I qualify for the program? And I'll respectfully let them know, like, they're not, the mindset isn't there, so you don't want to be too thirsty to make the sale. And when you look at it, like, you come from that perspective, it's kind of like a boy likes a girl. Whoever likes the person more has more power, whoever likes the person more, the other person has more power is what I'm trying to say. Y'all get what I'm saying? So yeah, just keep that in mind. Last thing, just the biggest thing I would tell y'all is kind of like what I'm doing right now. Just make yourself available for your ideal buyers. So keep posting content and being you. Y'all watch my content. Y'all see my content, how I attract those that think like me, those that are the 1%, those that are, getting to the money, those that are hustling, those that are in shape, those that are just doing what they need to do, right? To change their families' lives. Those are life changers, right? The people that have that poor mentality, the people that have that cheap mentality, I talk aggressively against them because I don't want them to come near me or my business, right? So I'm intentional about that. I understand that most people are not going to be receptive to how I articulate, but you're going to know where I stand. It's not like something fake of like, oh, I'm here, I'm just, I'm not taking a stand. Y'all know I say, Cat, we do not do business with poor people, people that pass over opportunities repeatedly, people that have a cheap mindset. We do not do business with those people. If you identify as poor or cheap, if you get offended when I'm saying we don't identify with poor people, cheap people, all that, you need to take a look in the mirror because you're a reflection of what I'm talking about. The dope thing about my content is I'm helping y'all understand who y'all are. I'm helping y'all understand who y'all are because I'll see comments of some people that's just like taking offense to what I'm saying. And I look at myself. When I see people talk the way that I talk, it electrifies me. You know what I'm saying? What Kendrick saying, Euphoria. I make music that electrify them and pacify, you know what I'm saying? But it electrifies me because I understand I'm not that cheap or poor person. I invest in myself. So it's entertaining to me. So if it's not entertaining to you, if it's just like, oh, why are you talking like this? You're probably that cheap or poor person I'm talking about. You need to do some self-reflection. Going back to number one, right? You don't believe you're worth a premium. But I don't want to, you know, how do I say it? I don't want to get past the topic of discussion. Hopefully this video helped y'all. If y'all want like more information, more guidance and everything, I do have a monthly community, and we just launched it recently just to allow people to get around us that aren't ready for the 10K program yet. And the monthly it's a $200 a month monthly program, but currently we're doing a deal 50% off, only $100 a month. If you want to get tapped into that, we'll have a link in the description. You can go ahead and tap in with us over there. With that being said, hopefully this helps. If you implement this, if you implement all of it, your sales and everything is going to skyrocket and be amazing. Y'all have a blessed one.